All right, what's up guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I was gonna keep this a little bit secret from y'all, but as you can see in that first clip, did some dumb burnouts in this thing and it was all great and stuff, but I broke it. All right, so it's out. The KA car broke. Mostly my fault because neglect and stupidity. Which is a good thing, right? I learned my lesson. I'll leave it alone this time. So what happened was I just kept doing burnouts in that car, and burnouts wasn't really a problem. Is the long burnouts was the problem. I was doing like minute 30-second burnout, 2-minute burnouts. Mind you, this is an old engine. I don't know where it came from. Just came in the car. I don't know how many miles in it. I had no oil pressure gauge. I had nothing on it. So I can't blame the KA. I can only blame myself, which is okay because just gives me excuse to make that car nicer. So I had already pulled the engine out and I was planning to paint the engine bay and stuff, and I was just gonna slap a KA back in it and continue running, which is still what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do head gasket and studs now. So let me do a little bit more explaining. All right, so this is already the old engine here that I took out. I was doing like a 2-minute long burnout down the street at the cul-de-sac, and it got really hot, and I just kept going, and I think the bearing just started to go, and we slapped that piston against the head, and she died. Now, I never checked or changed oil in this thing since I got it, which was kind of my mistake. Also, I had like no oil pressure sense or anything. Everything was just the way it came, stock head gasket, and as you can see right there and everything, and I was just sending it to the moon all the time. Just burnouts after burnouts, in the shop, down the street, drifting the cul-de-sac. Yeah, so I treated it really bad, and this is what I get. So guys, don't do what I did. Take a little bit more care of yours. And Sean Booth got me this right here, which is another just stock bottom end that he had laying around because he was going to put a KA car together, but he ended up with two, so he let me have this one. And I already started pulling everything apart and cleaned the head up. So this is the same head off, no material went in it, everything looked good. I actually just got done cleaning with some gas and scuffing it down so it look nice and clean, and I can measure the flatness to see if it needed a deck, which it does need to be decked, so that's cool. As you can see here, all of these are in good condition, so I can just reuse everything that I had so we can get this thing back together pretty quick. Now for some more of the damage, yeah, that's bearing material in there. It is what it is. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna put this thing back together, we'll paint the engine bay, and we'll make that car a nice thing to beat the hell out of again. So normally what I do with stock motor KATs is I like to do like just, like a Tome head gasket and some ARP studs, put it on the 85, and, turbo it, make 300 horsepower, live all its life. We've done it so many times, we know the recipe, it works. So that's pretty much what I'm gonna do with this next one is, one, I'm gonna add oil pressure gauge and make sure I change the oil this time. And two, it's gonna get head gasket and studs. I'm gonna fresh up the intake, change all the seals, new valve cover gasket, probably powder coat the valve cover, all that stuff, and then all of a sudden it's gonna look like a really nice KA. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna bore you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and slap the head on there and then we'll get back to you. All right, cool, so I got the KA back together. Y'all didn't need to see that. It's just bolt the head on and everything. I got a little carried away, started painting stuff, so it looks nice and clean. Got the powder coated intake manifold on there. Got the little Garrett back on there on the R-Tech, so that's good to go. Now we have this. I was gonna paint the engine bay, but I changed my mind. I'm actually still gonna paint it. I'm just not gonna paint it professionally. I'm gonna use some Steel It, which is actually professional. So I'm gonna steel it the engine bay real quick so we can put the KA back in there and have this thing back up and running and getting beaten the hell out of. And I have a body kit for it too. The coverage is amazing. All right, so finished steel it in the bay. We laid the harness back in there as much as we can. We also end up painting the brake booster, and I realized the master's leaking, so now we'll have to get a new master for it. But the goal today is to get this sit back down in there. So get this off the stand. Already painted the valve cover. We'll get the valve cover on, which is the last thing to go on there. And then we can at least sit it back in the car so it's done, because I can do the boost still with the motor in. Just trying to clear up some space. Plus it's a weekend, I'm limited time. Eddie been helping me paint little stuff. You've been sanding. Hands tired yet?
Huh?
Your hands tired yet?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So he's a little helper today. But the steel it in engine bay was a good choice, because this engine bay was like really bad. And we could just touch it up at any time if it gets scratched. So I think that was a good decision. So to steel it. And let's get this down. The clutch got to go back on. And then we can put it in here with the valve cover. So let's do that real quick. All right, so the valve cover's on. I did wrinkle black out of the can to keep it simple. Powder coater's been busy, so you can do a rush job for me. But this will work. Looks good. I didn't want to go too crazy with, you know, the engine bay. As you can tell, that's powder coated, but I think that's good enough. Let's get it down on the floor, put the clutch on, put it in the car. I can't say fire it up, because we're not going to fire it up today, right, Eddie?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to fire it up today. But at least the goal is to get it back in the car. And then we could finish fixing up all the wire harness and the brake line. It needs a new booster. Always something with cars.
We could probably then get the engine in.
Yeah, we probably can. I think we can do that.
No, I said it. We probably can to get the engine in.
And I said, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we got her down. Clutch is on. This is pretty simple. This has a used spec flywheel, a Nismo disc out of like one of the Skylines from the shop, and a competition clutch pressure plate. So one hell of a combo. Now all we gotta do is jack it up and put it in there. So let's get to that real quick. That was a little sketchy. I haven't put an engine in by myself completely in quite a bit, but we got it in there. It's bolted up, trans is bolted, motor mount is bolted. It's actually starting to look really good. All right, I guess I should take it back, right? I guess say I had his hands, so he's giving me a hand. We got it in there. I'll bolt up the little bits I can, and I might have to call it quit because I got to leave early today. So let's see how much more I can get bolted on real quick. Probably could put on the intercooler, maybe the pipe in, and start hooking up like the fuel lines and stuff. I gotta find a fuse box cover, because now it's annoying me that I don't have one to make it look good over there. And what else we need, Eddie? Oh yeah, we need a brake master, because this thing's leaking. Painted the booster. The booster's good. Looking pretty clean for some nice steel it. Alright guys, it's Sunday. I came back in, went ham on the KA, you know how that goes without recording and stuff. And it's back together. So now, time for the first start. Everything is pretty much buttoned up, got some water in it, intake on, intercooler, wire harness, which I'm really doing my best to not rewire this car because it'll take up too much of my time, but this is kind of driving me crazy. So soon enough, I'll fix this up and get a simplified harness in there so it can run better, and we about ready to go. Meanwhile, in more KA activities, we got Cookie car on the left over here. He's trying to finish it up. Same thing, stock KA, head gasket studs, a little turbo, but he's on Haltech. Car makes about the same thing, 300 horsepower, 300 foot-pounds of torque. Been beating hell out of it in his other car. And now he's swapping to this new chassis, trying to get it going. He's doing everything. He got FDF. I need some of that on there. Can't see his glass. He in there putting in seats and brakes and e-brake and all that stuff. But let's get back to the goodies. Come on, Eddie, fire it up for me. Yeah. Okay. It's his favorite thing to do. Turn the key. Aha! Just like that. It is back. Nice and running. I gotta put a little thing here for that. Into this pipe. That's for the IAC. And just like that, it's back and running. Gonna get some heat in it. We gotta touch up the power steering. Ugh. Let it bleed the coolant. Then we should be good. But she's back. We'll let it warm up a little bit before I start revving it. All right, guys, so we made it off of the lift, and I went and did a rip down the street, and the brakes didn't feel that great. So now we're gonna put it on the dyno, because I mean, we got a dyno here, why not use it, right? So we're gonna use the dyno, do a couple pulls, make sure this new engine's good and in great health. So let's see what she makes real quick. Strap down, running, driving. Like I said, the brakes just don't feel good. The finished product in the engine bay actually looks really good. It's not finished because I really still want to wire it, but you guys know. Damn. Hood didn't want to pop. That's crazy. The camera looks a lot better, but that harness still is getting to me. So we'll probably figure that out. I need a fuse box cover. And then I'll tell you guys what body kit we're gonna put on this thing. So let's do some pulls, see what she makes. All right, so I'm trying out the mic on my shirt in the car with the dyno on to see how it goes. Hopefully it's not too bad. So in the car, got the software pulled up. We're on the dyno, it's already calibrated. Let's do a quick pull and see where it's at right now. All right, guys, the results are in. Final numbers are 298. Did change the dyno to third gear, so I'm not revving it forever because this little bit of power makes the pull really long. That's more than enough torque. New motor solid. I don't know what that dip was. Made a little blip, but I'll look at the log. All right, guys, to the end of that video, the mic was dying, the cordless mic, and I didn't peep game, so, you know, some of the clips didn't have sound at the end, which is why the last two clips were cut so short. Sorry about that. Your boy will get better. I'm working on it, working on the quality of the videos and stuff. So what I was saying was, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. We still got a few more of the Nappy Boy team shirts from FD. So if you guys want one, just comment down below or hit me up on IG, hit us up on Facebook, and I believe they're on the Monster Performance website. So let us know if you want a Nappy Boy shirt. See you on the next one. Later.